Hello, I'm Ray. I've been playing Vrchat for quite a while.
Hello! My name is Benny Star. I've been on Vrchat for 8 years and been active for like 5. Been a part of many communities, now reside in this little maid cafe here. And I'm super excited to be part of this.
Let's
Yippee!
go! Yeah, the lighting's really nice, actually.
I got 6-7 trillion hours.
Oh, let's go! You heard that, lovely audience.
Yeah.
6-7 trillion hours. How many hours do you think you have in VRChat?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000? Okay. A lot of videos about being trans in VRChat do exist, so we're, obviously, the idea of being an anime girl, whatever, is inherently appealing or whatever to most trans girls, and like, that's the surface level, right? That's the surface level.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like other videos about being trans in VRChat do touch on that. Mostly from like a cis audience lens, which is a really good thing to have. But this is attempting to go a little deeper, a bit beyond the simple, oh, we can be an anime girl and look in a mirror, right? How has VRChat impacted your transition journey in general?
Whoa. Honestly, I think it's crazy. It's like all of my trans experience. Like, I truly cannot imagine even like finding the feelings and thoughts within myself to realize I'm trans without this platform. And with how far I've gotten, especially, like, no way I could have done it without it. So it is like truly everything of my trans experience.
Yeah, that's super cool. So was VRChat the place where you ultimately figured out you were transgender?
Oh yes, absolutely was. I think it's a pretty normal trans experience, but looking back, there's like a bajillion signs that seem super obvious. But the one for me was when I started playing VRChat. I didn't speak at all. And people, having not spoken, would just assume pronouns generally, just go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And someone used she, her pronouns, and my brain, the wires, holy frig.
Back in 2020, I met my first trans individual who
cool.
ended up becoming my partner.
Yay!
So that was like, if my conservative family wasn't going to teach me, apparently that.
Yeah.
Well,
Makes sense, right?
yeah. It kind of led me down a rabbit hole of, just learning about it and connecting the dots. Then later on, I noticed it made me feel a lot more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up January of last year coming out to my friends and even making videos in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit in the mirror for quite a while.
Yeah, look, it's a cozy place to sit in front of a mirror. I'd say it's like a really high up there place to mirror dwell.
But yeah, it's definitely made me more comfortable with things, as well as like when I was first getting started accepting myself for who I was. Especially when I started HRT shortly thereafter. I kind of knew for a long time that's something I wanted to do, so it wasn't a very hard decision to make.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to start, right?
Yeah, it definitely helped me through the waiting until the effects did their thing.
Yeah, that stage is like one of the really hard parts where you just gotta go, yeah, trust me, it's working. It's just doing its thing. You gotta just let it. I want to ask, like, did you have any possible idea of being transgender before VRChat, or was it very like once in VRChat then you learned that like it's even a thing, right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing before VRChat at all. Like,
super fair.
Like, when you're a kid, like there was one time where it was brought up that one of my cousins were transitioning, but family kind of shrugged it off, and
VRChat has sort of like helped my sort of image of myself and sort of helped me deal with, dysphoria and all that.
Yeah.
VRChat is like a platform where I can express myself without being judged. Because in real life, for me at least, it's not exactly the safest place to sort of express yourself.
No,
definitely
definitely
I have a lot of
not.
family members who would disagree. So, sort of having this sort of space where I can actually be whoever I want to be. It really helps with this.
Yeah, for sure. So I've asked everyone this so far, and the answer's actually usually been the same. Did you have any idea you're transgender before playing VR chat? Like, at all?
Maybe. It's complicated. Sorry. Because looking back, I've definitely seen the signs that I may have been an egg, but I'm too stubborn.
Understandable.
But then, being VR chat, I'm being surrounded by a lot of people who are also trans and are part of the LGBTQ space. And that sort of like gave me the opportunity to, meet these people and actually explore this side. So that's like sort of why I think VR chat is like a way that I can express myself better.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, when you look around in VR chat, right, like, chances are, like, almost every user you see is an anime girl anyway, right?
Basically,
Yeah. Have you felt that, like, the normalization of just simply being an anime girl made it easier for you to just try those avatars without it meaning anything and then figuring out gender later? Just being able to just be an anime girl and people, like, whatever.
I mean, I just want to be cute, to be
No,
honest.
that's real. That's real.
I like really cute things. So,
Cute
again,
things
that's
are
the reason
good.
why I chose the base kit, though. Yeah, exactly.
Super valid, right? Like, use the avatar that makes you feel good. That's like the cool thing of VR, right? Yeah. There is a really funny, like, common thing of, like, trans people go into VR chat and they want to, like, trick their girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Do, like, the, like, the voice trolling videos you'll always see.
Yeah.
I feel like those were, like, a massive thing. And then all of us, like, found out later we were just transgender. As funny of a prospect.
Exactly.
It's funny of a prospect of like, being like, do the voice switch or whatever, but no. No, we just ended up being transgender. Over time, what avatars were you using through VR chat, and how has your gender journey affected what avatars you ultimately were using?
Ooh, very good question. So for my whole journey, I've like stuck in with pretty much the same me. But with time, like matured it and like changed it with my body. So even it sounds goofy, but like even, when you start taking estrogen, getting proportions, like I changed the avatar to reflect that. It's truly like, as soon as I found this like look for me, it just felt so resonant that I wanted to keep it forever and for it to grow with me.
Yeah, that's
was
super
like a
fair.
super important part.
How quickly into VR chat did you get like that overall like avatar base going?
Honestly, first month.
First month?
I found it and I knew immediately.
Immediately, you're like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's like one of the things where it's like new avatar every day, just messing with stuff, and then a friend takes you and shows you one, and you're like, wait, I'm looking at myself. It was like immediately the connection was there.
Yeah, when you first logged on VR chat, because like we always like we use random stock avatars when we first start playing.
Yeah.
Am I able to ask which ones you happen to use in your first month?
Hold on. Go take a second. This is the old one.
Wait for it to load, wait for it to load, wait for it to load.
As it
Yeah, there we
switches, as
go.
it switches, yeah. This is the old one.
Oh, let's go.
That I very first started with.
Nice.
And I've like, besides recently changing the whole fox thing, I've like stuck with the white hair and glasses, goggles thing as a motif I've tried to keep. And I slowly grew it with me, which is super cool.
That is super cool. Wow. So like you kind of like locked into like the style you wanted pretty immediately actually, which is good.
Yeah.
It's interesting like that sometimes like, the gender presentation that we want to go with is like within, it's just we need a tool or something that enables us to actually express it, right?
I used to just do random female avatars because that's what felt more most comfortable for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Then, yeah. Then as time went on, especially after coming out, using a Manuka avatar on a regular basis. And then I kind of did a version of this avatar with black hair.
Oh yeah.
Which isn't my natural hair color, which brings me to the next phase, which was this one. I have red hair and freckles in real life, and it kind of lets me connect with it a lot more. And
Feels like
that-
an extension of
I guess
yourself
it kind
in a
of shows.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was. That was kind of what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because it was just like I can actually connect with it. I can say, "This is me." I can actually represent myself. Be like, "Yes."
Yeah, I actually did something really similar. My early avatars had pink hair, because I wanted to be like ultra girly. But now my avatar is like brown hair like me. So I did something really similar actually.
When I first started playing VRChat, I mean, I saw a lot of people using this really cute avatar called Rusk. I can actually
Right.
pull it out for you real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I have my own custom version that I made, but
All right, yeah, those ones, yeah.
yes, the Rusk avatar. Very classic. And a lot of people were using this. And I sort of grew attached to this until I didn't, which was basically like 3 years. Long story short, I just got old. I mean, there's a lot of good avatar creators who made avatars for this base. Example, Kunks, Ziver, Wool, and a bunch of other creators. But I soon stopped really interacting with the Rust community because there's a whole community for this base that also got taken down not too long ago.
Right.
So I was looking for other models to make.
I'm just using this model instead because it was new at the time and I really liked it.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite questions and was one of the main criterias of determining who got picked for the interview. And I'm very curious about your answer, considering your 10,000 hour playtime.
Oh God.
Sorry to do you like that. What communities and or worlds do you frequent a lot in VR chat? Basically, what do you get up to in VR chat?
So basically, I started off with actually this world. This
Yeah.
is one of the first communities that I've joined.
Cool.
We're not sponsored, but they're a great group. It's the Japanichijo group.
Yeah.
Basically, a learning Japanese group. And I would always get on. I believe, I don't know if they changed the time because I haven't been on it recently, but Fridays at 8 p.m. EST. I would always get on to learn Japanese. But then, eventually, I started like, talking to more people and they introduced me to other groups.
Yeah.
Like Japan Tours, which is the one that you're in. I see actually on your profile.
Yeah, yeah.
And also English exchange. Again, there's some other groups I interact with, like the Rust community that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of gone now because they got.
Yeah.
One major group that I interact with is the No Friends Friends Club. It is basically a very awesome group that allows you to meet new people that you wouldn't otherwise talk to.
Makes sense.
Very focused on social anxiety and all that, and mental health.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
A lot of people people might know this community as well. The Trans Academy, of course. That's
Of
another
course.
very, very big group I interact with a lot. I know a lot of people there.
Yeah.
There's way too many groups. I can't list them all. But those are the major ones, at least I hang out in.
Yeah, if you want to like send like a text of all of them, and then we'll just like scroll it up like a credit sequence.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just imagining it scrolling up for
Yeah,
sure.
it's scrolling up.
But
Look at it go.
Shortly after coming out, I decided to join the Trans Academy, and being the antisocial person I normally am,
Yeah.
just well, at the time when I joined, it just so happened to be the day that 80 people were online at the same time, and I
that
was
is a
just like
lot.
hiding in corners and stuff. But I usually go there decently frequently now, and either just observe conversations, try and jump in whenever I can. It's definitely helped me with my confidence with like my voice and stuff,
Yeah.
because that was a rough first few months with the voice training.
Oh yeah. When I started playing Vrchat, like I couldn't like rely on like, you know, like dressing a certain way or that kind of thing. I had to, my voice was very like, you know, judged of how gender was perceived in that game. So like, did you find like Vrchat like a really positive space for like voice training and like getting closer to sounding more like what feels like yourself?
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that I was doing while in front of that mirror over there.
That's extremely fair, right? It's a great place to do it. Voice training's hard and it just takes like a lot of practice. And at least in my experience, I feel VRChat is a really like accepting environment when you're with the right people to be able to voice train and that kind of thing. So did you feel like VR chat in general was like very helpful in reaching those voice goals, I guess.
Oh yeah. So the big thing for me was since I was doing voice training so early in my medical transition, HRT,
Yeah.
and it was kind of hard to do it IRL just because it induced a lot of not euphoria, dysphoria, relating to I could still imagine my face just being me.
Yeah.
So just being able to see myself as the person I want to be was very, very helpful.
Yeah.
And, boosted my confidence a lot.
Yeah, that's really good. I find like what's cool with VR chat is like you get like a fun avatar and like you like feeling like euphoric, feeling yourself, and then like voice training like feels a little less daunting because it's like you're focused on like one aspect of it, I guess, whereas like IRL it can feel like everything's at play at once, and it can be really overwhelming to like do everything that you want to do. So I think like VR chat was pretty huge for me, so I'm glad like everyone interviewed so far seems like to have felt VR chat was a great place to voice train, so I hope that's really encouraging for people watching.
Currently, I am part of this community, the Milky Way Maid Cafe, where I am a maid, which is honestly so cool because this is like a gender goal for me, low-key.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I want to be feminine enough to feel confident enough to work at a maid cafe, and here we are.
Here we are. It's a dream, right?
Yeah, and then I'm also around an ASMR community called the Virtual Tingle Lounge.
Okay.
Shout out to those people.
Cool.
And otherwise, you'll just find me dancing around VR chat. I love to dance.
Nice. Do you have any favorite dance clubs in VR chat?
Ooh, whoa, what a good question. So I spent most of my time dancing with this group called VR Dancing. Shout out to them. But also VR Dance Academy and oh my god, what is the name that's not abbreviated? Hold on, I don't remember the abbreviation. No. Wait, I'd feel so bad if I don't shout them out because they're so cool.
Yeah. Don't. We'll jump cut it. No one will ever know.
VR Chat Open Dance Studio.
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
Dance Studio.
Yeah.
I love them, actually.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, for like 2-3 years or something, I would always like do the events there. I think they're great.
Yeah.
Aspera is like a really good dance instructor, so shout out to Aspera.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, big shout out.
Yeah, if you see me do dance streams and stuff, just know that like VR Open Dance Studio was actually like a really big thing that got me confident in my own dance actually.
Wait, that's actually so cool.
Yeah, that's where like I used to just be able to do shuffling, but stuff with my hands and like other parts of my body, that was VODs. So shout out to them, they're great. My favorite VR dance club's Magenta. I like Club Magenta a lot. I think they're really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they do hip hop nights. It's so good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get into more like club dancing moment as well. That's
For
like
sure.
2026 goals for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I do them quite a lot. But yeah, there's so many like VR clubs. In case you don't know, there's like an entire like club scene. You can go on vrc.tl, I think it is. That shows like a breakdown of when every single club is on if you want to get into that stuff. What ways do you feel like VR chat enabled you to explore parts of your identity just in general?
It allowed me to experiment with outfits and stuff. Figure out kind of my style a little bit. Like,
So like you feel like overall like VR chat just lets you like just try different outfits, that kind of thing, especially without having to spend money, right?
oh yeah, different outfits, different hairstyles. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a
A
huge
lot.
thing. You get to just try stuff and figure out what you like, because like otherwise, like I feel like with transition, when we first start, we're always like unsure of like sure, we figured out, oh yeah, being a girl would feel better, but like what kind of girl do I want to be? Like how do I want to present as a girl? That's a really complicated thing, and I think VR chat helps simplify it because you can just try stuff, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I found my style of VR chat because all like the like slightly sporty but still cutesy stuff like I wore because of VR chat, because like I wanted to wear something like that, and it happened in that way. So it's really cool seeing that like also feel like just trying different outfits gave you the direction of how you might want to dress IRL and that kind of thing?
There's a lot of people in my life that, don't accept this kind of, identity.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my life would rather me, stay cis and, not interact with this community. But Vrchat, again, has such a huge community of, amazing people. And that alone was enough for me to actually, get to know a lot about this community.
Yeah.
And I was able to explore myself more. I have, a lot of people that I've talked to, and, it's such a great place to, meet new people and new ideas.
But no, that was a good answer. I resonate with that too. It is a great environment to meet like-minded people and experience things you might not get to before, for sure.
Yes, and not be judged. It's such a great place for that.
Yeah, it's great for no judgment. I know a lot of videos, you see if you type Vrchat into YouTube and you watched only those videos, you'd probably be under the impression Vrchat isn't very welcoming, but it actually is. You just gotta find the right people for sure. Yeah, Vrchat isn't just the Vrchat trolling videos, I promise you.
And none of that.
Nah, none of that. We ain't about
Well,
that
maybe
here.
some of it, but
Maybe some of it. If you're doing a backflip in the Great Pug, you're cool in my book. Vrchat turned me into a trans woman, turned me into a femboy, turned me into a whatever, but it's just you just had an environment where you felt like you're allowed to be.
Exactly. Even I feel like furries feel this way often, where people realize, get into Vrchat, oh, this really fits me. This can be this way with gender. We can throw on a new avatar and realize it resonates more with who you are. It's happened with even style. I've seen people do.
Yeah.
Where they find a style for an avatar and then take it into the real world, and that's their thing now. And it's crazy to imagine if you're in online spaces, because it can be so polarizing.
For sure.
In so many spaces on the internet, to use a female profile picture or character in the game. It's even in those spaces where there's not a VR element, it's seen as weird.
Yeah.
But in VR, it is so beyond normalized.
For sure.
Incredible.
I think you stick out if you don't be an anime girl.
Yeah.
When I started playing, those burb avatars. I was one of the burbs when I started. For a solid year, and then I got VR, and then immediately I was a V-roid. Yeah. No, I think it's really cool. The style that you'll go with in VR can actually translate to your IRL life, because there's a stigma that Vrchat players are just they live in VR to such an extent they close off the IRL world. And maybe there are cases like that for some people, but I wanted to ask, how do you feel Vrchat's influenced your IRL life, whether it's style, gender exploration, confidence, etc.?
Yeah, I think confidence is the key thing there. Along the same line as with the avatar stuff, where it's way more open to express yourself in different ways, that's kind of true with personality too. I found myself as I've been in VR, exploring more of my personality, and in terms of that, feeling more like myself and getting positive feedback, so I feel more confident.
For sure.
So I think in terms from VR to real life, confidence in specifically being myself has gone way up, and just confidence in socializing, since it's a social game.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously way up too.
I really shied away from.
we'll put the right back. We're right back.
I was just super shy before. I mean, I'm still shy now, but I can at least walk up to people and be like, hi.
Yeah, but that's a massive thing, right? Confidence isn't just being never shy or never afraid. It's doing it even when we are terrified and shy, right?
Yeah, and another thing is just I'm able to actually talk, both in VR and IRL, with a smile on my face. I have a face tracking right now, so this smile is genuine.
Yeah, we love to see it. I'm glad it could give you a reason to smile, like to feel like you can. And like I think that's a really positive
Yeah.
thing. Feeling like you can like be joyful and smile, and then bringing that to IRL too, I think is like such a positive outcome that
Yeah.
I still think for so many of us, like what we learn in VR chat, we bring with us into the IRL space, which is something that social VR has as a really unique quality that no other kind of game has.
I was hiding in the corner, but I was able to overcome that and get in there and start talking to people.
I actually started coming out to some very close friends.
Oh, that's so good.
I've been I've been trans for, well, at least I know I'm trans for at least 2-3 years now. Not 6-7, unfortunately, but we're getting there.
We're getting there,
I started coming out recently to some of my very close colleagues, and they've been super supportive. Turns out a lot of my coworkers are actually very fruity. I did not know that. A lot of them are very, subtle about this stuff.
Yeah,
So
some people are sneaky.
it's like a whole new realm for me.
That's so good. That's great to hear. Outside of transition specifically, what ways do you think VR chat's like allowed you to get out of your comfort zone outside of VR?
I'm a whole different person on VR chat. In real life,
Yeah.
I'm very shy, timid. I just sit in the corner, do my own things. But in VR chat, especially in group settings, I'm very loud. I'm very energetic. If you couldn't tell by my body movement, I like moving around a lot, expressing myself.
Yeah, we love to see it.
But in real life, I would never do that.
Yeah. How would you describe yourself before VR chat versus you after VR chat?
Oh my goodness. Before VR chat, I was a doing absolutely nothing, playing Roblox all day. It was bad. And then I was like, you know what? It's my birthday. I'm gonna get myself a VR Quest 2. Put that on, and oh my goodness, I can't go back. I'm a completely different person now.
That's my favorite answer to that question. Okay. That was good. That was good. How would you describe yourself now?
Okay, so now I'm still but I'm a happy I'm out here doing twirl spins and with Nene 6-7 type. Oh my god, I can't say that. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
You're gonna have a lot of beeps in this video, I'm just saying.
But I was just such a repressed person. Like, I feel like through life experiences, some involving gender, some involving like bullying, other stuff, blah blah blah, like slowly, like I had this big personality, I was super loving to everyone, and we slowly just shrink back down, based on like social norms around you and stuff like that. And I feel like for a lot of my life it was like shaking, like wanting to like explode with that energy again. And VR chat was like the one place I could, for sure. It is truly night or day, me before VR chat into after. It's not that like the game changed me, it's that like the game made me so much more myself and more so the person I want to be. I think that's like the key with growth in VR chat. It's not that like the game's community like shifts you a certain way. It lets you try everything and lets you be your favorite version of yourself out of it all. And finding that version and taking it and starting to apply it in the real world in places is like such a rewarding experience.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think it's really cool how like just VR chat in general like enables you to like find parts that are already there in yourself. And like I think VR chat is a very like, it's like a very playful environment where people are just having a fun time, right? And you don't feel as like restricted by expectations of how you're meant to be. And like growing up in a sense, because like when we go on here, we like will goof around, we'll like like use outdated memes, or like we'll play silly games and like just kind of let ourselves just play, because like play in general is just so important for human beings, just in general. And I love that VR chat's like such a safe environment to just like have fun, just with other people, like without much restriction. I think like that lets so much of us get out of our comfort zone and really head on out there and do so much stuff, right?
I forgot to silence my phone.
Oh no.
Where is my phone? It really is. Oh, found it.
You found it? Epic.
Yep, found it. Turn that off.
It'll be our little secret. Our little secret.
It fell.
Oh no! It fell through the couch. I'll get it out. Nah, that's stuck. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a goner. I guess I gotta go buy a new one now.
I guess you gotta go buy a new one.
I higher sense of self-esteem
Mm.
because like I was just like really, I really shied away from.
we'll put that. We'll put it right back. We're right back.
Like I really just shied away from stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it was. I was just like super shy before. I mean, I'm still shy now, but I can at least walk up to people and be like, "Hi."
Yeah, but like that's a massive thing, right? Confidence isn't just like being never shy or never afraid. It's doing it even when we are terrified and shy, right? Have you felt like Vrchat as an environment has enabled you to practice trans voice and get to a voice that feels like your own?
Ooh, yes, absolutely. I feel like kind of in two ways. The first one being obviously in this space where people can wear female, male avatars, where something like being trans is more accepted. I think it's more accepting in general of people trying to voice change in the difference in voices in general.
Yeah.
But I think even more so, the ability to find other people who also voice train is like the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because even if the people around you are accepting, it can be a little bit scary to try your fun little voice training stuff.
Yeah.
However, you can find so many people just by the nature of doing this like in the internet and not IRL. You know, IRL may be you need to find people that are near you, and that's kind of a hard thing to find like trans people who haven't voice trained and are wanting to do with other people. It's kind of difficult to find, especially in a smaller town. In VR, you just immediately search for it, find it, hang out with them, and you're freaking voice training. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing for me. Even though your classes end up being Y, because I literally just like went to students after. I'm like, hey, do you want practice voice training? Hey, do you want practice voice training? And then like once a week, we would just hang out, voice train all the time. That's how I got to where I am today. So I think VR is like literally the perfect space for voice training practice.
I would agree. VRChat's where I learnt my voice, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when I first started, I remember being like in the Great Pug trying to like do some voice trolling. And I'm not above it.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah.
It didn't really like go very successfully early on because like, you know, no one's good at something when they first start doing it, but then like over time, eventually I got the hang of it. But like, no, I'd say moments like that were really important for me in my voice training journey, 100%. I just think like the sheer quantity of trans people you can meet in VRChat versus your local community is really huge. Because like, you know,
crazy.
Unless you like literally live in a big major city that's really progressive, right? You're just not gonna like run into that many trans people, and especially not that many that are gonna let you know that they're transgender, right? And like, I think it's really cool is like, you'll meet someone like in a VRChat club, you'll dance to them for like hours, you friend request them, you check their bio and it says like trans HRT since 2024, that kind of thing. And it's just like that, like, oh yeah, cool, there's lots of us. I don't know, I think that's like a huge draw. And like, I know like a lot of trans and VRChat videos focus on why is there so many trans people in VRChat when like there's pride just in general, right? There's like so many like events in the city, right?
Oh yeah.
And then in VRChat, there's like so many, and that's where I met you before. At like the Trans Academy's like VR dance party they do,
which is. Yeah, I'm gonna be there next week. Well, this weekend.
Yeah, woo! Yeah, I'm really excited. I hope I like because there's always like the crowd of people, and you gotta make sure you get through the queue.
Yeah.
Accessibility of just queer events at all is really like a massive thing for so many people. I think VR chat, like, and social VR in general, really enables like accessibility to like so many like events you wouldn't be able to access in like a small restrictive space, and I think that's been really huge.
The Pride VR event
Yeah.
that the Trans Academy put on, I stayed for the whole event from start to finish, pretty much. And I learned so much. It was informative, it was interesting, it was fun.
Yeah.
And I got to meet so many new people. Yippee!
Yippee!
My hands broke.
No! An injury. We have an injury. Injury on set.
Currently using my headset's hand tracking, so
Oh yeah.
it kind of just breaks.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm using my index knuckles. When's Valve gonna just give me a Steam frame? So visualize like the audience, right? Like there's possibly a bunch of people whose eggs either cracked right now or already know they're trans through watching this video. And they are like, gee, I would love to try VR chat available on PC, mobile phones, and Quest headsets. But where would they start? What would you recommend?
For me personally, I was a deskie. There's no issue with being deskie. I know so many people who used to be deskies, and then after like 500 hours, they get their first headset, and then 1,000 hours later, they get full body. Then they upgrade their VR headset, and then now they're just in this game.
Yeah.
There's no real right answer to this question, but again, the best way that, or at least the way I did, was starting off as a deskie. I mean, you can start off as anything. Anything is valid.
Yeah.
But, just avoid. Actually, no. I mean, there's some cool people, but avoid Black Hat.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Don't go to Black Cat, the world. Don't do it.
Yeah, those places are terrifying.
Scary places.
There's a lot of cool places. I think actually VRChat rolled out a new update not too long ago where you can go on, or sorry, no, not social tab, the groups tab, yes, on Explore Groups. There's a lot of good groups I've seen on this place. You can definitely find a lot of cool people there. And, you know, you might find a community that resonates with you.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, it was personally like a lot of groups that I listed earlier, but I don't know. You'll find a place.
Yeah, everyone so far has really vouched for the group system, which I think that's the best update VRChat has done so far. I love the group system. I can't believe we lived without it for like 5 years or something.
Oh my goodness. It's the greatest update. Group instances, best idea. Oh my god.
Yeah, whoever on the VRChat team said, let's make the groups function. I want to gift them VRChat Plus for the rest of their life.
Yes. Greatest idea.
Greatest idea. 11 out of 10.
Actually, no, maybe not the greatest. There's also one really good idea that they made.
Yeah? What do you think that is?
1 second.
You gotta spawn one of the inventories. Oh, the photos.
I got a gift for you.
Oh. Wow. Oh my god. I got a gift. I feel so special, lovely audience. I got a gift. If this doesn't make you want to like, comment, and subscribe, I don't know what will. For people wanting to jump into VRChat and have a great time, what are your general safety tips to make sure you're safe, have a good time, and not end up in a YouTube trolling video? Because those barely happen, by the way. I've never seen one in my games, except one time. But what are your general safety tips?
Alright, first tip, avoid Black Cat and McDonald's. Second tip, have shields on and disable particles. Or don't disable it, just limit them. If you don't know where to look, another good place to look is PJKT, a very awesome community-ran event that actually showcases a lot of good communities in VRChat. I know a lot of people in it. I'm not sponsored by them, or this video's not sponsored by them, but just a really good place.
Not sponsored, so you can trust that.
Yes. Or maybe I'm secretly am. Don't tell Gersey. But yeah, anyways, PJKT.
Okay, those are some great recommendations.
I mean, if you go to like a public space or like public instances, there is a chance that, again, you run into trolls.
Yeah.
That won't be accepting. But if you go to actual VRChat players, like in communities and stuff. Oh my goodness, everyone there is amazing. Well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people
But
are.
like a lot
of
of
course, there's
them.
always gonna be bad apples.
Even if you're in a bad environment, or maybe an unaccepting or even transphobic environment, you can just put on the headset and then there's just a bunch of trans people that are really nice. And just like people in general, right? And I think that escapism and a chance to like breathe some fresh air, in a sense, can be
Yeah,
really
most definitely. Like, whew.
it's so important, right? I just feel like it's so overlooked as an aspect of social VR. I think like we can sometimes oversimplify, like saying like, oh, lots of trans people in VR chat because we can be anime girls, but like, yeah, duh. But I think a big part of it is more than that. I think it's also the chance to like be in an environment or occupy an environment where it's safe to be ourselves. I think is that escapism and a chance to explore and that kind of thing.
Definitely a great place because, just, like you said, it lets you explore, and because you can explore, you can learn things. You can just get a sense of who you are, just in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's also like acceptable here. Like,
Yeah.
you're silly, and other people are silly, and what are the non-sillies gonna do? Just be like, oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. The VR chat's like a bubble of silly, but a good bubble of silly. It's important.
A very good bubble of silly.
Yeah. I think that's something some like attempts at like social VR platforms lack of the it's shut down now, the one Meta tried. Horizons, yeah.
Yeah.
Where like I think that lacked some silly.
It also lacked legs too.
It did lack legs.
Beat Saber has a passionate community.
I love Beat Saber.
So do I.
VR chat is
2018.
so much better than a company, like a corporate controlled environment.
Yeah, VR chat's kept its community driven like vibe, I think, even as like monetization stuff's added. Like I just feel like VR chat's done a really good job at like keeping its sense of like itself, its own identity. And I think that's why a lot of us have stayed. For people watching that may want to get like really into VR chat and that kind of thing, what would be like your overall tip of like avoiding like negative like experiences so that they can have like a safe time in VR chat? Just basically how to avoid trolls, pretty much.
Definitely try and join a group. I would say like a group that's decent in size, and so that you know that there's going to be some sort of moderation there, that
Yeah.
they're not just going to be throwing slurs around or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking through right now and I see like the virtual reality show. That's a good one.
Yep.
I mean, they did the one video on Trans Academy too.
Yeah, they
and
did. I feel like that's one of the major
great-
videos about trans community in VR chat thus far. I wanted to make this video because there's not that many yet. But that was a really good one. I like that one.
Especially if you want to hang out with people, and you're queer friendly as well. LGBT hangout.
Yeah.
I went there a few times, and it was a joy.
You can talk to people about things. I feel like if something like might make you uncomfortable or something like that, it's like very normal to feel like, oh, I can't tell anyone. Maybe it's just me. Just talking about it has like resolved 90% of issues for me. Just like being open, like, hey, this thing happened, blah blah blah. I think is the key to staying safe.
For sure, for sure. I think if you look up VR chat, like just on YouTube, like just the word VR chat, you'll see a lot of content
Yeah,
centered
it's-
around messing with people, trolling, that kind of thing. And that like creates an
Bad.
image that that's what VR chat is. And like, it only is if you give them fuel. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, if you see someone like that, please don't try to like epically earn them or whatever. They get to edit the
Yeah.
video, you know what I mean? So my big safety tip is if you see those kind of people, just don't give them anything interesting, then they can't get views. Got 'em.
Yeah, it's like, I think when I've ran into people like that, I've just felt like, oh, it feels weird to just be like, leave or block or whatever. But like, if they're making a YouTube video, they're seeing you as just like a piece of content and not really a person who has feelings about this.
Yeah, at that point, like just block them.
Frick how they
Block
feel
them.
then. Like, I don't care how you feel. Like,
Yeah, I get
whatever.
'em. Yeah, for sure. So it's actually really uncommon to see those type of players. Like I have like 1,000 hours in VRChat. I think I've only seen someone do that once, ever, and they did it very unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
Like those kind of videos make them seem cool or whatever and rebellious, but a lot of the time they will just run in, yell a bunch of stuff, and then everyone stares at them blankly. Which
Yeah.
very uncool.
To add to that too, I've only seen it twice.
Yeah.
And I have been in this game for 5,500 hours. So
Yeah, you're way more in it
pretty
than me.
dang uncommon.
It's very uncommon, right? There's only so many videos like that, right? Did you have any closing thoughts, perhaps to an audience of people curious about VRChat, or maybe people that already are playing VRChat, or even someone that maybe their egg cracked while listening to this? Who knows?
I think to like anyone watching this video, if anything we said is even like the slightest teaspoon interesting to you, it's worth a try. Especially if you're like trans or even just like questioning. This is like the best place to be questioning, TBH.
Yeah.
And just in general, if anything sounds interesting to you, this is like such a life-changing experience for me and so many people I know. It's worth a try. You'll meet some really incredible people, all of which should be very supportive of trans people. And yeah, could not recommend more.
Yeah, which you can enjoy for free on Steam and the Quest Store.
True.
and mobile now, apparently. I've actually never met a mobile player, but there are mobile players now.
They exist.
Yeah.
They're out there.
They exist. I never see them, but they are there.
Definitely, like, take a look in the mirror and, think about how you feel when you look in that mirror.
Yeah.
In game, of course.
And
And
it's all about the mirror in VRChat.
yeah. I know that's gonna definitely stir up some controversy on that one.
Oh no.
The mirror dwellers.
The mirror dwellers. Mirror dwellers.
Mirror
fine.
dwellers rise up.
Mirror dwellers. Yeah, looking at yourself in the mirror in VRChat, like a nice affirming avatar is an experience the first time for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what made me come out in a sense too. Like, I was just talking to one of my friends and I was just like, I've been questioning my gender for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And I didn't even mean to say it. It was just something that came out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was so comfortable and I guess felt safe enough. And, I saw what I saw in the mirror and I'm just like, yeah.
And like, comment, and subscribe.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
That's the best answer. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. And then maybe one day Lucy might do a backflip.
Yeah, I'll do a backflip in VRChat. It'll be epic. Yeah, you want to see me do it right now? I can make history.
I bet.
All right. And